Hello again everyone, and as always thanks very much for watching one of my videos. Now this intro into this squirrel session you're going to see I filmed at the end of this session, but unfortunately the audio recording came out really bad, so I'm just going to talk over it, which looks really weird, but here we go. So I got to my squirrel permission a bit later than I'd hoped for, and when I got there the feeder was absolutely empty. Now I'd filled the feeder up 4 days before and it was empty at that point when I filled it up, but it's only a small feeder, it doesn't hold a lot of feed. So I was a little bit apprehensive with there being no feed at all in there as to whether the squirrels would come, but I did disturb 2 or 3 squirrels literally in and around the feeder when I arrived, so I was hopeful that they'd sort of come back to check out the feeder and so on. And as it turned out, it was quite a productive morning, as you'll no doubt see a little bit later in this video. So let's have a quick equipment check. I'm using the FX Dreamline in 0.22 with the Saber tactical chassis, and on top of that is the Wulf 4K scope, and I'm shooting H&N Barracuda Hunter 18 grain hollow point pellets that really do hit hard. I really like those pellets at these closer ranges. I'm also still using this Hikmicro LE10 thermal spotter, kindly sent to me to test and to use from Optics Warehouse. So enough of me chatting on, let's get into the action and see how the session goes. So here's the first one, shot straight onto the feeder. Obviously there's no nuts there, so I'm going to take my shots as quick as possible. There we go, first one in the bag. Now please take no notice of the time and date in the bottom right hand corner, I still haven't put it right. I'd really like to remove it, I don't really like that on the video, but if you remove that it also removes the reticle from the screen as well, so you wouldn't be seeing that. Next one up, there he is, and he's bouncing away from the feeder. Remember there's no feed in there at all, so I'm quite wary of that, but he's way up in the branches and he keeps going a little bit, and then he stops and settles down, as you'll see, and has a bit of a scratch, so it's a bit time to be patient. And at this point I'm just keeping my eye on him, and I'm actually not looking through the scope at this point, so it's kind of the film is kind of looking at nothing. I'm looking around the woods because there's something else I thought caught my eye, and I'm taking a close sort of look around the feeder, and sure enough there's another squirrel just behind all the foliage and wood there. So I'm now concentrating on him, thinking he's going to come down, but before I knew it that other squirrel shot back along straight onto the feeder. So again, there's no nuts in there, so I've got to just take a shot as quick as I think I can. And there you go, another good shot, another one in the bag. So really happy with that. The squirrel's definitely still coming to check out the feeder. So this one pops up along the floor, and again, no messing around, no feed in the feeder, so I'm taking him out as quick as I can. He holds still a bit too long. Instant lights out. Doesn't even do the old squirrel breakdance. He's just dead right on the spot. So time for a coffee, or so I thought, but something caught my eye, so I put my coffee down and have a look up, and sure enough, another squirrel seemed to appear out of nowhere. Didn't see this one at all, and he just bounces along the branch and holds it there just for a moment, so I take the shot again as quick as I can. Hits him solidly and he falls behind the tree at the feeder. Now here's a quick clip of one that I just couldn't get. He just wouldn't present himself at all. Even like that, just had a branch just in the exact wrong spot, just like he was teasing me. And off he went, not to be seen again. Now I've had a glimpse of a squirrel and I'm just getting the spotter out to confirm it and so on. The little spotter has been invaluable in amongst all these trees and bushes. The squirrels are so well camouflaged. So eventually I pick him up through the scope, as you'll see. And a little bit tricky, this one. He eventually makes his way over to the feeder. But it's as though he's got a third sense and he stops right behind the tree there. And I don't know what he's found, because he spends a little bit of time there, so we just got to be patient. We just need him to move a few inches either way. We might get a shot off. So I'm just being as patient as I can, just watching him. Hoping that he's going to come in the open, and look, there he is. Hello. But not enough to take a shot. Do you think he can see me? So he's still playing hide and seek at this moment. And I just gotta be patient. Just wait for him to make a move. And he's having a look. He's having a look. And I get the spotter out just to have a good clear sort of view of what's going on. And yep, indeed, he makes a bit of a move, and I'm watching him with the spotter, and he gets to a point. And there we go. And it's a good headshot. Now this one does do a bit of the old squirrel breakdance, as I say. So it's a good headshot. He's brain dead, and it's just his nerves firing away uncontrollably. Absolutely stone dead. And eventually he runs out of nerves in just a second here. There you go. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Another one in the bag. Now, I quite often fold the stock on the rifle just because it balances much better on the little tripod that I'm using, and also it gives me a little bit more room to manoeuvre around and to drink my coffee. So have a few more sips of my coffee, get the thermal out, have a quick look around, make sure nothing else is imminent, and sit back and enjoy the surroundings for a minute before it's on to the next one. So here's the next one, and he sits quite happily there, so I get myself settled to take the shot, and he jumps away quite unnaturally. You know, he takes a big leap and I can't even see where he's leapt to. So at the moment I'm trying to have a good look around, because I'm not sure if that was a clean shot purely on the way he reacted and jumped. So I'm trying to have a good look around the floor everywhere, but I can't see him at all through the scope, or indeed just by looking myself. I'm having a real good scan around and there's no movement anywhere, so I think he's totally scarpered off somewhere. So I'm a bit concerned about the zero of the rifle at this point, so I go to take a few sort of zero shots. Now that was fairly spot on, and it deflected a bit low where that mark was that came up. but it's really difficult to see when I took the shot, and I thought that might have been a bit low. So again, I go and take another shot here. Now that shot was actually bang on and it deflected to the left, took a bit of bark off. But when I'm doing it in real life, if you like, I'm questioning myself whether that was a little bit off again. So I take one final shot and you can just see the mark, and it is actually bang on. So I carry on, believing it is bang on. Now here's a little bit of footage I've put in there through the thermal, just to show you how great thermal is. If you're a pest controller, you've got to get one. So this squirrel comes up to the feeder, and you'll see him as I put the thermal down now and go onto the rifle. So there he is, just at the bottom of that log, and he's going to come up straight up to have a look at the feeder. There he is, and he presents himself perfectly, even though there's no feed. I take the shot, and it's a miss, and you can hear it hit the wood, and it's an absolute perfect miss. You know, I watched the squirrel run off into the distance. So I'm really questioning myself now, and you can see I'm really unhappy with that. Thinking there's something wrong with the scope and the zero, etc. So at this point, I think I'm going to go and pick up the squirrels and put a little target out for me to double check my zero. So that's me now disappearing. I'm going to pick up the squirrels and put a little sticker right on the squirrel feeder so I can double check my zero. But when I walk back, I just realise how totally stupid and an idiot I am. As you'll see, I'll put a picture in here. I realise what the issue is, and basically, yeah, there's a few twigs and branches just in front of my rifle, and indeed I'm just clipping the odd branch every now and again. What an idiot. Well, it happens to the best of us, or in my case, the worst of us. So here I am coming back with the pickup, and you can see there's a branch literally right in front of me, right there. There I am, just displaying the bounty for today. But let's sit down and check my zero. So there's the shoot and see sticker that I put right on the feeder. So it's bang on my range. I zoom right in to get a close look. And there you go. There's nothing wrong with that. These H&N pellets shoot bang on at these distances, if not further. Really happy with that. Just my stupidity. So another look around with the thermal just to check. After doing that pickup and testing my zero, I gave it another half an hour or so without seeing anything else. But I thought enough's enough, and that was enough for me. So I thought it was about time to pack up and make a move. So thanks again very much for watching one of my videos. Please consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber already. Please give me a thumbs up. It does help the videos sort of grow on YouTube. And I'll leave you with a few pictures of today's bounty and some of the kit that I've been using today. Thanks very much. See you again soon. Bye bye.